Now we are going to discuss the chemosynthetic autotrophic bacteria and also heterotrophic bacteria. Right? What is a chemosynthetic autotrophic bacteria? Right? Chemosynthetic in the sense of the synthesis by using a chemical substances. And here it is oxidized inorganic substances. Oxidized inorganic substances. Oxidized in the sense of like a we know that the respiration process, oxidation. If any material combines with oxygen, we can call it as a oxidation process and releasing some substances, right? So here also with the bacteria can oxidize the inorganic substances. Inorganic substances can be oxidized, right? And what kind of substance they can be oxidized, like nitrates, nitrites, ammonia. These can be oxidized. How they can be oxidized? Use the released energy for ATP production. So whenever they oxidized, automatically energy will be liberated. We know that during the respiration process, glucose oxidized and produce energy and release energy. In the same manner, this bacteria also oxidize nitrates, nitrites and ammonia and release the energy for ATP production. We know that energy liberated during the process of oxidation can be formed in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. This adenosine triphosphate production is done by the bacteria by oxidizing the inorganic substances like nitrates, nitrites and ammonia. Later, they can play a great role in the recycling nitrogen, phosphorus, iron, sulfur. And we know that these are the most important minerals, right? In the atmosphere and as well as in the soil also. So nitrogen present in the atmosphere 78%, we know that, right? So since millions of years ago and just now also the 78% of nitrogen still maintains as it is. Why? Because this is one of the reason. This bacteria also one of the reason for maintaining constant percentage of nitrogen in the atmosphere. That's what recycling nitrogen. If nitrogen is more in the atmosphere, that can be converted into other form. When it is less in the atmosphere, the stored form of nitrogen, free nitrogen, can be added to the atmosphere. However, the nitrogen, phosphorus, iron, sulfur, these elements will be in constant. Why? Because of one of the reasons is bacteria, right? And here it is a heterotrophic bacteria. All bacteria are not photosynthetic. Some bacteria are photosynthetic, some are heterotrophic or autotrophic and heterotrophic. Heterotrophic means we know that they are saprophytes or also called decomposers. Most of the bacteria are saprophyte. So heterotrophic kind of nutrition, one of the heterotrophic kind of nutrition is saprophytic. Saprophytic means they are obtaining food material from dead and decay matter. Generally they are called as the decomposers. After the death of the plants and animals, they are buried under the soil and they are decomposed by soil microorganisms and they can be divided into simplest form, right? So they are also called decomposers. Right, here it is. And significant impact on human effects. These heterotrophic bacteria shows a significant impact on human life, right, in the regular or day-to-day life of the humans. How? We can see some examples of how these bacteria are playing a great role in the day-to-day life of humans. See that they're helpful in making curd from milk. We know that in school level we learned that already. How to make a curd from the milk, and we know that the process of making of curd, boiling the milk, after that they can comes down to the room temperature, add a spoon of curd or a buttermilk to the milk, and after 5 to 6 hours the complete milk in the bowl is converted into curd. Why? Because the curd or buttermilk what we are added to the milk is containing lactobacillus bacteria. In school level we learned that is a useful bacteria. So that bacteria is converting the entire milk into curd. This is also one of the important use of this bacteria. And production of antibiotics. Antibiotics generally the doctors are prescribing for infections, the bacterial infections. Whenever the people are suffering from bacterial infections, doctors are prescribing mostly antibiotics. Why? Because antibiotics kills the bacteria or reduce the number of bacteria. So that production of antibiotics also from the bacteria. And here it is a fixing nitrogen. Some bacteria like rhizobium. Rhizobium bacteria is one of the best example for nitrogen fixing, right? Here it is. Later, some are pathogens. All bacteria are not useful. Some friend microorganisms are there. Some foe bacteria also there. So till here we discussed. We know about the friendly microorganisms or friend bacteria, and here onwards the foe bacteria or microorganisms. Some are pathogens. What are pathogens? Pathogens means the microorganism which causes damage in humans, plants and animals. Those are called pathogens. And these are causing damage to the human beings. Right? Not only human beings but also plants and animals. And here we will discuss something regarding and what damages they are causing in the humans. Some examples are given here. One is they are causing cholera and typhoid and tetanus. These are the diseases which are usually occur in human beings because of the foe bacteria. And in plants, not only in humans, they also causes damages in plants. What damages they are causing in plants? Example, citrus canker. Citrus canker. When you see that the lemons, when you see the lemons, the on the fruit surface we can find some brown color spots, right? That's because of a bacterial infection. That's generally called as a citrus canker, right? And here is a the mode of reproduction. The bacteria usually reproduce by fission. We know that the entire parental bacteria is divided into two daughter bacteria. This is usually called as a fission. If the two organisms are formed, it is called binary fission. More than two forms, it is called a multiple fission. You people know that. Not only the fission, they can also produce by spores, and sometimes they produce sexually also. This is a rare condition, right? And the bacteria also can reproduce by sexual method. How they can reproduce by sexual method? By transferring DNA from one bacteria to another. Right? DNA present in the one bacteria is transferred to the another bacteria. It helps in the sexual mode of transmission in bacteria. This is regarding the chemosynthetic autotrophic bacteria and the heterotrophic bacteria, the useful and harmful and how they are reproducing.